Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Explain America. I am Carmine Sabia, your host. We're here with producer of the new movie, The Dragon's Prophecy, Dinesh D'Souza. Dinesh, welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you very much. Glad to be on the show.
So happy to have you here. Dinesh, let's get right to it. Today, there was a strike in Qatar by Israel. What do you think of this strike? A lot of people, a lot of America First people are saying this is ridiculous. Israel's attacking these nations. What's the story behind this?
Well, you have to remember that October 7th was a transnational event. This was not a case where a bunch of guys in Gaza decided on their own, let's launch some attacks in Israel. No, this was hatched in Iran with involvement by Sudan and Yemen and Turkey. So this is radical Islam using Hamas to take its wrath out on Israel. And they did on October 7th. So Israel is fully justified in striking back at the places that launched the attack. Now, they're not attacking Qatar. Qatar plays a very interesting double game here. They house the Hamas militants who all live in luxury apartments in Qatar. Israel is attacking Hamas in Qatar. So this is an attack not on Qatar, but in Qatar aimed at Hamas. And for this reason, fully justified, in my opinion.
I would agree with you. I think it is fully justified. I understand the attack. You put it in such great words, I think that make it make sense to people because a lot of people just don't understand what's actually happening in the Middle East. They don't understand what Israel has had to live with this entire time. Now, your movie talks about really a lot of what's happening, not just today. It starts at October 7th, but it goes back into biblical times. And you're talking about biblical archaeology, you're talking about prophecy, you're talking about so much. How does, let's be specific, how does the October 7th attack tie into what's going on in biblical prophecy and possibly the end times?
First of all, October 7th wasn't just a political event or an historical event. In my view, it was a biblical event, an event of biblical proportions. We have riveting October 7th footage in this film, footage that many people, most people around the world have never seen. We bring October 7th, in a sense, back to life. We put you right there so you can see what happened. The theme that we developed through the film, and this is through Jonathan Cahn's international bestseller called The Dragon's Prophecy, we developed the theme that the battle between Israel and the Palestinians is a replay, is a resurrection of an ancient conflict between the Israelites in the Bible and their historic enemies who were the Philistines. Interestingly, the name Philistine and the name Palestine, the same name, really, as transported through history. And many of the tactics used on October 7th, you can see that those were used by the Philistines. The taking of hostages, the stripping of people naked, the degradation of human dignity, the celebrations in Philistia or Gaza when Samson was taken prisoner echo very much the celebrations in Gaza after October 7th. So all of this is drawn out in the film, which provides a very insightful biblical lens to understand these things in a new light.
Now, when we're talking about what's going on today, and we're talking about really, we're approaching, a lot of us believe, and I know you're in the camp, Dinesh, where we believe we're in the season, as it were, of the end times. You had told me something interesting about the Battle of Armageddon and where it would be held and what place that actually is, which a lot of people think Armageddon is an event. It's an actual place.
Yeah, my
And
wife Debbie and I went to Megiddo. It's in the central part of Israel. It is a site of constant battles going back to the ancient pharaohs against the Israelites, battles that have continued all the way through the 1973 war where Megiddo was attacked by the united force of the Arab countries. And Megiddo is the root of the word Armageddon. Many people believe that the final battle will be triggered or will somehow start there. And look, the book of Revelation is somewhat veiled. It's a little obscure. It doesn't give you an easy chronology of what's going to happen and when exactly and what will come first and what will come second. But what it does tell you is that the return of the Jews to their ancestral homeland is an epical event. That is a signal that we are in the last age. And part of the premise of this film is, guess what? If God is going to resurrect his people, the Jewish people, into Israel, could it be that the devil, God's great enemy, would resurrect an enemy people of Israel at the same time, a kind of perverted or dark resurrection? So some of the stuff, which is very mind-blowing, it's an integration of history and politics and the Bible. It's all in there in the film. And even secular people will be able to really appreciate this film because it has biblical archaeology, sometimes by drawing out seals and stones right out of the ground.
I got to tell you, I saw the trailer twice, and I'm so excited. This film's right up my alley, so I'm so excited to see this, and really excited. You can pre-order it now, by the way, guys. One of the things that I think I really would like you to address, there's on our side of the aisle, Dinesh, there's a MAGA movement that is America First, and I would say that you and I, we're America First people. I think some people believe that America First means America only, and I think it's been perverted in that way. If you could, real quick, just tell us why being pro-Israel is also being America First.
Well, America First does not mean America alone. America First means to prioritize America's interests. Now, very interestingly, if you look at this from the point of view of the enemies of Israel, look at it from the point of view of the radical Muslims, they see Israel as a surrogate of America. Their venom against Israel is partly against the Jews, yes, but it's also against us. That's why they call Israel the little Satan. That's why they call us the big Satan. So our enemies are telling us that our cause and Israel's cause is the same cause, at least from their point of view. The Trump, I think, recognizes that there are things that are in the interest of Israel that are very much in our interest. For example, is it in Israel's interest to knock out the Iranian nuclear facilities? Yes, but it's also in our interest because those nuclear facilities aren't just aimed at Israel. They could also be deployed against us. There may be things that Israel wants that are not in our interest. Maybe Israel says, hey, America, would you like to send over 10,000 troops to do a mass invasion? And that's perhaps not in our interest. And that's not what we're doing. And by the way, quite clearly, that is not what they are asking for. So I'm not saying that America and Israel interests are always identical. I'm saying we have to weigh to make sure that it makes sense for us to get involved. But I think so far what Israel has asked of us, basically, can you lend us a B-2 bomber overnight to vaporize the Iranian nuclear facilities? That was a loan very well made.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, you have been so busy doing press for this new movie, and I want to thank you so much for giving us your time today. If you could, before you leave, Dinesh, tell everybody when the movie's available, where they can get it, and can they pre-order it right now?
The film is called The Dragon's Prophecy. It is in theaters October 6th and October 8th. So just 2 days. The 2 days around October 7th. Easy to remember. And the next day, October 9th, it's available in streaming. It's available in DVD. You can watch at home. And it's a one-stop shop to get tickets. And that is thedragonsprophecyfilm.com. Thedragonsprophecyfilm.com. Movie tickets will be up the middle of September. You can buy them then. But you can pre-order DVDs and streaming now from the website.
Awesome. Dinesh, I want to thank you so much. I am so excited to see this movie and love what you guys are doing. God bless you, my friend. Keep fighting and have a great day.
Hey, you too, and always a pleasure.